So the Israeli government has been able to track Christians via their smartphones and smart devices when they get into a certain proximity of certain churches or all churches or something. They have the technology to track Christians in the United States to propagandize them more than non-Christians, non-churchgoers, with October 7th remembrance stuff, I guess. Now, October 7th in Israel was horrific, and it was absolute, disgusting stuff. Just the worst things you can imagine actually happened there. I'm not discounting that. But why is the United States letting a foreign government be able to track a certain group of individuals, certain Americans in the United States, with technology that pings their smartphones when they go into churches? This isn't conspiracy. All this stuff has come out in the last few days, and it's absolutely true. Why is our government, if the Chinese or Russia was doing this to Americans, it would all be all over Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, and they would be talking about it nonstop. So why is Israel getting a pass and letting this happen? Or doing this and letting our government letting this happen? What's the actual goal here? Why can't our government just stand up for us for once? And I mean, our government spies on us constantly anyway. So why is there? I guess it's not a big deal if another foreign government does it, I guess. But I feel like everything is a psyop. Everything's either absolutely real or absolutely fake. There's no gray anymore. It's just black or white. Maybe this is the whole purpose. Everything's a psyop. Everything's a conspiracy theory. Everything has so much information, whether it's false information or what, for everybody just stop believing everything. When the government starts rolling around like they are currently in cities, are we going to be surprised when a new government comes in, and then in 3 years from now, and starts with ICE and maybe Marshals or National Guard, and starting to roll up conspiracy theorists or veterans that have PTSD or gun owners or gun confiscation? Are we still going to be okay with military patrols in our states, in our cities and stuff? Or is it just going to be different because it's going to be a Democrat that's doing all this? It's okay right now because Trump's in, right? But once Gavin Newsom or some Democrat, president or whatever, gets in and is starting to do all this stuff too, is that when it's going to be a problem, or are we just going to keep going back and forth? I'm really curious, because it doesn't seem like people understand what's really happening, what's really going on. The Republican and the Democrat is two different cheeks on the same ass of government. It's just a different side. When we stop holding the government accountable just because it's our party and we voted for them, doesn't make it right. I don't trust the government. When you start realizing that the government doesn't have your best interest in mind, then you really start seeing how bad everything really is. Because it's just not... I can't see an end to this. I can't see it, imagine it getting any better or fixing itself because we vote a certain way. It seems like the Democrats have let the Chinese infiltrate every aspect of the country. And now it's like the United States government, the Republican side, is letting Israel infiltrate everything. Or maybe they already have. I don't know. It is interesting, though. Just because it's our side, it's cool and it's okay. And we trust them. Well, people trusted the Third Reich. People trusted Mao. You know, people trusted Stalin too. I'm not saying Trump is a fascist or he's a Nazi or he's going to start rounding people up and putting them in concentration camps, because that's exactly what we were saying during Obama. But the further this escalates and keeps going, I don't trust any of them anymore. I know we can't vote our way out of this. I know politicians aren't going to just have a change of heart. So what do? We have the digital ID coming. England has already started it. You can't work. They're already implementing all this stuff. It's Revelation, Mark of the Beast stuff, absolute, in England right now. And the World Economic Forum has a lot of ties with everybody, even in people in our own government. So don't believe that it can't happen here, because it's absolutely going to. So every single person in the United States has to make the conscious decision right now if you're going to follow along with it or not. I've already made my decision. It's just, I can't see this getting any better. It's going to get worse before it gets worse, right? Chickens, gardens, goats, pigs. If you have land, there's so much you can do for your family. If you, even on 2 acres, you can build gardens up, even if it's a small area. You can produce so much food in such a small area. There's tons of videos on YouTube. Get rabbits. There's so much nutrition from, just from rabbits when times get tough, and they're going to. Look at gold. Gold just hit $4,000 an ounce. That's not happening because we have, we're living through the golden era of the Trump economy. That's inflation. Look at Food prices are still sky high. The BlackRock has in all of those companies have their roots in every aspect of our country, and it's being run not by our government. Housing market is super inflated. You need to make the decision now whether you're going to follow the New World Order or not.